Hey guys, Randy Reviews here. I'm going to be reviewing the Friday the 13th Part 3. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So this film picks up, I guess the day after, so it'll be the 14th, a Saturday. Jason Voorhees goes to a storefront, murders the store owners. Then we meet up with our cast of victims, I guess you could say. So we have Chris going to her old family home with her friend Debbie, Andy, Shelly, Vera, Stoner, Chuck, and Chili. And eventually we meet Chris's boyfriend Rick at her old house, so we get situated with them. So we get situated with them. Jason, Shelly, he's like the prankster, I think the first one it was Ned, and the second one was Ted, and now we have Shelly. He pulls a prank, everyone gets upset. Vera leaves to go, I think they go to a gas station, a convenience store. Shelly tagged along while they're there. They get, bullied, I guess you could say, by some biker gang. Two guys, one girl. I don't know why. So as they're leaving, Shelly backs into their bikes by accident, and they leave. So, they go back to the Chris's house, and the bikers somehow followed them there and are siphoning gas from their van to burn down the barn, which I don't know. I mean, I would assume there was a gas station between the convenience store and the Higgins home, but, So they're in the midst of doing that. Jason kills all three of them. I believe one of them survives, or he doesn't kill one. We come across him later. But, so it's pretty much, and then when Rick and Chris go out, she tells of a traumatic experience she had of a guy attacking her one night. Rick dropped her off at her house. She had a fight with her parents. I think she wandered in the woods, and she was walking around, and this disfigured man attacked her, and she blanks out, wakes up in her own bed, so I'm assuming the parents found her, or someone called the cops or something. But when later we find out it was Jason. So for what reason he didn't kill her, I don't know. But so people get killed. You hear noises, you think it's Jason. It's not. Just to set atmosphere to the film. But Jason. So Jason starts killing one by one. A lot of these kills are familiar with the first one. We have trying to think of her name. I can't think of her name now. The first character thrown through a window. We have the character of Rick thrown through a window. Jack, Kevin Bacon's character, though he dies similar how the pregnant character Debbie dies. She dies on a hammock. I believe Kevin Bacon died on the bed. There's a lot of kills reminiscent of the first one. I didn't notice it until I just saw this. Seen this one a few times, I believe. Shelly heard the noise in the barn. He goes in the barn. We don't see it. He dies, but So he has the hockey mask, kind of like a hockey mask. So that's how Jason gets his hockey mask. Vera's on the pier because she was talking to Shelly. Shelly scared her, and then she got mad, and he left. He went to the barn. And then he died, and then she had his wallet. I believe she dropped it in the water. So I know I'm going backwards, but I should explain the pier scene first, but. She drops Shelly's wallet in the water. She grabs it, and she thinks it's him because she sees the mask. It's not him, it's Jason, and he shoots her with an arrow, I think in the eye. Which I believe one of the characters in the first one. I can't remember which character it was. Bill, was it in the first one? When Alice finds the body up against the door. I believe he had an arrow in the eye. So when Rick and Chris, they're talking, and she's telling them that story. The battery dies, the car dies, they have to walk home, so it's a while before they actually get there. But I was never bored. I was never waiting for them to get there. They just, a lot of stuff happens. Noises, people get killed. So yeah, I think it's about like 15, 20 minutes before Chris and Rick get back. But yeah, what character was it? Chili opens the door and finds Shelly, and she thinks she's an act, but it's not an act. He's really dead. I guess he got his throat cut, and I guess somehow he made it from the barn to the house without dying. I guess the barn isn't that far of a walk to the house, but that's what happened. Yeah, I know I'm all over the place, but yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Chris and Rick get back. They start finding no one. The lights are off. No one's home. Everything's weird stuff. They find a tub full of, I think, what is it? Vera's clothes or Vera's clothes or Chili's clothes or someone's clothes. Clothes in the tub full of blood. So they know something's going on. Where is everybody? But yeah. Jason eventually kills Rick by, I guess, squeezing his head until his eyes pop out. Yeah, so it just leaves everybody but Chris, so, or so we think. So Chris is there, then Jason comes out, and, I think she climbs through a window, she does everything she can, she gets in the car, but the car was giving him trouble, so, like, I think the second film, the car was giving him trouble, so the car was giving him trouble, and she leaves, and she wanders into the barn, and, yeah, she's in the barn, and then Jason follows her, and then the character of Ali, the one that didn't die, that Jason didn't kill in the barn, I thought he did, but I guess he didn't, comes up at the last minute trying to save her, I guess, and Jason, I think, cuts his hand off or kills him, but I don't remember if he cuts his hand off or what he does with that, but yeah, so that happens, chases her around, Chris eventually hangs Jason, I think, yeah, hangs him. And then she goes, because the barn has, like, I guess, stairs, upper level. She goes down, she opens the door, and Jason's eyes open. And, he does the thing, and she goes, no, it can't be. So, because she doesn't know. She thinks, he's just a guy. What we learn later, that supernatural, we can't die, this and that. But, yeah, so she thinks he's just a guy. And he pulls out the mask, and then he smiles. Jason smiles for some reason. And she goes, it was you, referring to her trauma incident that she had, that it was him, it was Jason, But, yeah, so, I think she gives him an axe to the head, I believe. Was it axe to the head? I thought it was. Oh, let me just check here. I have Wikipedia in front of me, that's how I'm remembering all this, or else I would have forgot most of this that happened. What happens? Let's see. Yeah, she strikes him in the head with an axe. He staggers before collapsing. Chris pushes a canoe into the lake and falls asleep. And this time, Pamela Voorhees pops up. Yeah, she pops up. She's kind of like Alice. In the first one, she thinks she sees the police, or maybe it really was the police. And Jason, when he's a kid, pops up. But Pamela Voorhees pops up. The police arrive. They take her to a police station or insane asylum or something. And Jason's body, we see Jason's body laying in the barn. Knowing he's not dead, but yeah. That's pretty much the movie, I really did like this one, Yeah, I really did enjoy it. I really enjoyed the characters, they're characters, they're just kind of there to get killed, no. It would have been nice to see Vera and Shelley get together, but we don't get that, unfortunately, in this film. But yeah, I really like the character of Chris. Dana Kimball did a great job as Chris. I really like her. So far in the franchises of the first three films, the leads are great. Alice, Ginny, and now we have Chris. One thing about these women, that they're never dumb when it comes to it. They know how to climb out a window, how to lock doors. And they like to, they know how to, climb windows, get into cars, get away. They do what they can to get away from Jason. That's more like, say, we're horror women today in horror films. But Yeah, just let me know where you again where you sit with this. Did you enjoy this one? Did you not enjoy this one? Let me know why you like this one. Maybe you saw this one in theaters in 1982 with 3D, I believe. And this is probably supposed to be the end of the franchise. Make it 3D and that's it. But we know that wasn't it. But yeah, like I said, I really love the women, the hero women in these films. They're very smart and they do what they can to get away. But yeah, so just kind of let me know in the comments. You enjoyed this one? You didn't? It's the best one. You like it? It's not the best one. It's the worst one. Any feedback is good feedback, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.